Welcome back, everybody, here to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Modern. Last time we got that oil drill rig up and running so that we can get more fuel. I did get some Nichrome actually fully finished after waiting for quite a while to get all the electricity done. And so now that we've got the fuel, there's a few things that we need to get done to kind of progress a little bit further. The first thing, we're going to use the last of my Nichrome and foil here to make up those coils, just to show that recipe off. I do actually already have enough to complete one of these down here that I started making. So I will have a second one that I can use for automation. Probably just going to use it with like a crafting card in one of the ME storage bins for... what am I missing? So we have an input, energy hatch, input and output. Give me just a second, guys. Alright. Let's see if this is just the problem here. We got... Oh! You know, my silly self forgot the muffler hatch. That's what it is. Oh, wait. So just gotta put these blocks back. I'll take that out, and I'll get the muffler hatch put in later. But we'll be able to use the last of these to upgrade the one upstairs once that's done. We're not really doing... Oh, I guess I am doing something with that. But we'll wait for a little bit because we are going to start putting together a distillery tower. Which I do need to run and grab a crafting table to craft that on up. You need 4 EV circuits, which is the biggest reason we haven't started that yet, because we needed the EV circuits, and in my opinion, those other 3 machines that we got running are a little bit more important to get done first. But we're gonna go ahead and grab out all the parts to make a 4-tier distillery tower. As to make all of the fluids we want, we do need 4 tiers of it. So I do want a 4... One, two... Place this here. Because I want enough space to have like a 3-block walkway. We'll go ahead and level around the blocks. We want that one there, there. And then we can do the automatic maintenance hatch and the input hatch. So the input hatch we'll go ahead and put right over here. I want the maintenance hatch there. The output hatch there, and then we can put our last block on the bottom, build up one for each there. Let's get our outputs. 1, 2, 3. Gotta grab that last one out from the inside just because that's not gonna work. And then there is 4. And now we just need to go up, meet the level at the top. And right there. Now the last part that I almost forgot was the energy hatch, which I'm thinking I'd like to pipe the energy from underneath. So let's go ahead and break that out. And we'll pipe it in right there. That should finish that. There we go. And it is all set up. We're ready to start pumping oil into it as soon as we get ourselves a generator over here, which we should go ahead and dig a hole into the basement. Looks like we can access it right here. That'll be sweet. Probably bring it across right there, though. Okay, and those are just polyethylene pipes, so I can go ahead and drag those over. Looks like those are going up, so bring that over. And we can just leave it right there. Let's go see if I made one. I thought I did, but I might have forgotten to make another gas turbine. I did forget to make another gas turbine. And we make one. It's going to take a second. But in the meantime, we can go set up those coils from downstairs. So we can go pinch all of the old coils out. So we're going to take all of these old coils out of here. There's all 16 of them, and plop in our new coils. Now, let's grab out our mercury, barium, barium, calcium cuprate dust. Which, just wanted to look at that. It does require HV in 50 seconds, so it should only be about 25 seconds with what we've got set up. We take that, pop all of those in. Yep, 25 seconds, so long as we keep it fed with some hydrogen. Or not hydrogen, but nitrogen. And as soon as we get a muffler hatch on the one downstairs, I'll probably use the downstairs one to fund this. Even though it'll be 50 seconds, as I only have one HV thing down the stairs for that. Let's see, we're getting pretty close to getting that all fixed up. Just waiting on some wires to be carved out. So, while we wait for that, let's go ahead and get ourselves the setup we need. Let's break this, because I don't want that there. We will have this output over here. And move that there. Because I do want to have 4 of these lined up right here. Yeah, we can start with them right here. If I need to move them later, that'll work, but we want to make sure these all are assigned, and then we can lock up the fuel. So we only need a single one down here, because this is going to go down, and then it's only going to go that direction. And then this one, only down. This one. Only down. And this one can go down or that way. And then we need 2 more. I'm going to just do 3 actually, so that we don't have any issues with it. Boom, boom, boom. Just make sure that they only... I mean, I guess those aren't needed. Those are definitely not needed at all. 1 second. Just had a cough, and I don't think you guys wanted to hear that. So... Oh, we are actually going to have to do it up here, because I forgot we don't have the vacuum freezer attached downstairs. And I'm going to leave my, this setup here, so I'll probably have to do something where ingots go into the system when they're crafted, and then the system puts them into the cooler instead. What were we waiting on? We were waiting on stuff in here. It's all done. So let's fill up that recipe. Move that bad boy on down. Wrench it the right way. And line that pipe to go up. I think we're going to want to make sure that it's only pumping the one direction, because it looks like it's having an issue with trying to do the sloshing part again. So if it goes that way, it only goes that way. How about that? No more sloshing. Okay. So now, I'm going to attach this up to power. And divert the oil flow. So, I'm going to start by breaking the connection. So I don't want it to be wasting fuel. We will auto output, allow input from the same side. Okay. These pipes are all empty too, so we can break them. Once these are all broken, we can realign it to go straight into our distillery there. So we'll bring it on over from the distillery side, just so that it makes it a little bit easier. As soon as I make some more stuff with this, I'll actually be able to link these up with a ender fluid duct, which will be nicer. However, right now we'll just do it the old-fashioned way with some simple pipes. And then we just got to pop down our benzene tank to let that start processing some oil and sending it over. Looks like that one is out. We can move this, and this. So am I missing something now? So it should have... Oh, it's not on. That's fine, because we don't want it on right now, actually. We're going to go ahead and break this. We're going to place this there. Go automatic pull fluid in. So it's actually doing its process. Only problem is we now have a bunch of tanks filled with stuff they're not supposed to have. So there's that out of there. Now, what do we get? We got gas in there. Sweet, that means that our light fuel will be over here. Just gotta pull our gas out. Gas. Light fuel. Okay. And there we go. And now we are processing it down. It does actually make it more efficient from what I understand. I'll have to double check that. So it's an input of 50, I believe. Let's look at this. Oil. So in the regular distillery, it's an input of 50, and you only get your match, which is 25 light fuel, 15 heavy, 30, and 20. In the distillation tower, it's 50, and we get 50 of the light. So yes, it increases efficiency on top of it's a whole lot faster than that other machine. So once this is done with its oil, we can take that off. Which means we're actually going to reclaim quite a bit of energy capacity up, because this will get rid of this gas turbine as well. Now, the only thing is it's going to be a little difficult to wire this pipe over right off the bat. So let's go ahead and take out this stuff. We can dump it in our tank. And then once this one is done, let's lock in the fluid so it always is this, even if it runs out. And then I want to uproot that one spot right there. I want to wedge it underneath to come up. Sweet, all gone. Need this, get it all out of that pipe. And we can break the pipe and loosen that connection. And then I want to have that come on over to there. So with the trace, we're going to go 3 across. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 over. All right. Don't really need that one. So let's have that come on over from here. And this will speed up our process on making fuel out of this much to our enjoyment. As it definitely has been a problem I've had. Because I think I waited alone for like 8 hours for fuel to fill up so that I could actually use it. Just one more. Connect them together. And then we need to... Again, we just need to go ahead and make sure that tank is exporting on the lower face. And get our sulfuric fuel out. Let's put some of these blocks back. And now we're going to get it in there a whole lot faster, because it's taking 1 second to do a lot more than before. And yeah, it looks like we actually might start backing the system up a bit. We'll still be using the distillery on this end until I get enough of those blocks up to distill out that even more. Especially because this cracking process here takes a long time. And I want to see cracker. Looks like it's something we could actually get into. So I probably will end up doing that. We'll have to still clear out this sulfur out of the fuel. So we're going to have to set up some stuff to automatically do that. Ooh, we're almost full on carbon here, so that needs to go downstairs. But once that's done, or once we get a chance to, between episodes, I'm going to have to set up a bunch of these little setups here to be able to react the different fuels with the different parts that they need. So that we can do some more stuff with it. Basically to make it so they're not sulfuric. That's what it was. Sorry. Like, losing my train of thought looking at it. Something I have a really bad habit of doing when I stare at things. I just, like, train wreck every single time. That's coal dust, carbon dust right there. And we need an upgrade on that. Or see if we can use it for anything pretty useful. Graphene. Yeah, that's gonna be a while. I think. Mixer, titanium carbide. What is this for? It's for tools. We're gonna use this for the plate. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep. Actually, that's exciting, because that's one thing I was hoping we're going to start getting into, is just all the multi-block versions of a lot of these things. Ooh, that's exciting to see. But this one might be a bit of a shorter one for today, but I do think this is going to be it, wrapping it up, just because we got that distillery made up, and it wasn't actually too difficult to slot it into the system. I think it's the other one that I remember being where you have to, like, do 12 up, all that. You got tons of different sources that come out of different things. I know we're going to have to look at some different stuff, because I know certain ones of these are useful, certain ones of these are not. Let's look at our thing. Does it actually have? Yeah, it does right here. So we've got the Distillation Tower is a multi-block that can help you extract the most out of fluids. In distilleries, you had to pick only one product to output. DTs output all of it at once. Note the special placement rules. Energy items and fluid inputs can only be placed on the bottom. All the inputs must be on the bottom layer. Maintenance can be placed anywhere. Fluid outputs can only be placed starting on the second vertical layer, and only allow one per layer as well. The DT can form at any height from 3 to 13 blocks, allowing 2 to 12 fluid outputs. Fluid will always output on the layer corresponding to the recipe in EMI. The DT has one more special rule. You can deliberately build it too short, and it will void whichever fluid should have been output at the top layers that were removed. This can be useful in some very niche situations. It is a good idea to use super tanks as the output for every layer. I'll probably switch that up in the future, but anything else from it? We get 4 super tanks. Ooh, and we get 16 more of the casings. So that'll be nice to... Oh, it's a choice reward. I don't need those super tank ones, so we'll just get more casings for other stuff. And the last part, note, the Distillation Tower for oil, fuel, and diesel is not worth it. You will spend more energy overclocking the multi-block than what you would have to get back from the products. It will be better to wait until you can make the large distillery via IV for large-scale diesel production. However, the DT is very valuable when extracting cracked fuels and pyrolysine byproducts. I wonder, is that actually too much of a problem? It doesn't look like it's too much of a problem. Let's go look at fuel sources downstairs and see if it is a problem or not. Just broke my pipe. There we go. Alright, so that is coming down into here. It looks like we are just going up, and this is the same one. Oh, no, it is going down quite regularly. But I do want to get this, like, I wanted to get this setup going because we are on our way towards gasoline. So, let's, yeah, right there. So I just need acetone, which we basically have everything needed to get into gasoline, and once we get into gasoline, all of this stuff will make it much more worth it. So, thank you guys here for watching. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!